first of all, Ryan Teague, good signing for you guys. What's he going to bring to the squad?
Yeah, we're really pleased about being able to get Ryan to the end of the season. Obviously, he's a quality player, good decision maker, can play a number of roles in midfield. He was one of Victory's best players last season. Unfortunately, this year after his move, he hasn't had a hell of a lot of minutes. So obviously, he's keen to get into the Socceroo squad. So great opportunity for us. It sort of fell into our lap in a way. So yeah, really pleased. He's going to bring a lot of quality to us. He's a little bit rusty. He's absolutely fit, but rusty in terms of game minutes. So he'll probably need a couple of weeks to get up to speed.
That was my next question, actually, because I know he had I don't know if it was a major injury, but he missed a fair bit of time in recent months. Being injured, but he's fit, is he?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, that was in October. He had a little bit of a clean out with his knee, but that's absolutely fine. And he's been here. He trained yesterday, trained again today, and he looks fine. Like I said, he's obviously a little bit rusty because he needs match rhythm, and he'll get that in the next couple of weeks. So,
do you think we'll see him? We'll see him tomorrow night, even if it's like off the bench.
Yeah, should if everything goes well, should be fine. Just see him some part of it.
Where do you plan on playing Teague? Because obviously he's we know him as a pivot, but you've got Kai playing there and playing very well. What sort of role do you envision Teague playing for you?
Well, he's best suited to double pivot, which he played at Victory quite well. But he's always a guy that was always one of the ones in midfield who wants to get forward. So, we can use him a little bit further up front as well. So he's a player who wants to get onto the ball, which is perfect for us. And also he's a player that once he releases a ball, he doesn't stand on the spot and wait for the ball. He'll jump into the next line, and I think that's what he does really well. So, in our system, in the 8-10 position, he's going to have no problems with that position.
How did it come about? Because I know I asked you a couple of weeks ago, you said not really looking for anybody, nothing's really come up. How did it come about?
Well, Michael, scouting team, always having discussions, and it sort of just it popped up that he was available he wanted to come back and show himself again, to give him an opportunity to get selected for the World Cup squad, and so that's where it started. So I think he's going to be a really good fit for us. Got a great mentality, top professional, top guy. So, he ticks a lot of boxes for us.
I know it's a loan until the end of the season, but is there a chance beyond that it might become more than that, depending on what his club says in Belgium?
Yeah, I can't tell you anything what's going to happen in the future, Marco. So all I know is that we have him on loan until the end of the season, and then I don't even know what his contract details are in Mechelen. I suppose he'd be on a multi-year deal, probably another one after that as well. So a little bit like Teals last year, he came back for 6 months, and then had to report back to his club. So I would say that would be exactly the same thing that will happen to Teagues. What happens after that, who knows?
On the game tomorrow night, Vidi injury concerns coming into that one. Do you get anyone back?
Don't get anyone back. Sammy's still having issues with the Achilles and a bit of soreness everywhere else. So probably Sammy's going to be 50-50 for tomorrow. To be honest, Andreas has been battling with a knee complaint for about 3 or 4 weeks. So he's been pushing his way through the games. So he's in a 50-50 position as well. So apart from that, everyone else is fit.
What's the progress on Elba? Because it feels like he's walked under a ladder, crossed a black cat and broken a mirror since he's arrived.
Yeah, he's broken a couple.
Yeah. Is he getting closer? Do you feel like, sort of like Matt Leckie as well, I guess, do you feel like you're zeroing in on the sort of root cause of his issues?
Yeah, Elba's like pretty close now to hitting some real good speeds in his recovery. He's done a fair bit of work over the last couple of weeks. So he started joining in a modified way with the group this week. So he'll hit some speeds probably tomorrow or early next week, and then I would say within the next couple of weeks, he'd be pretty close to selection.
Vinny, how do you see things, mate? I guess you're 13 games now, so at the halfway point of the A-League campaign, where do you think sort of you guys are at?
Look, we're probably several points down where we should be, in my view, and we're certainly, maybe 4 or 5 goals away from where we should be. So, sort of right on the edge of, taking the next step or collapsing, to be honest. So, we defensively, the whole group is really good. That hasn't changed much from last season. We're still doing a really good job there. But we can't keep taking the pressure. We have to release that with the ability to score some goals. And that's the crux of it. We need to just be better at being able to finish our chances going forward. So we've got plenty of faith in the players to do that. We just need to start doing that quickly. So, okay, but it could be a little bit better for sure.
Do you think the boys are going to lift against a pretty good Auckland team?
Well, we have to lift every game. You've seen how tight the competition is. Everyone is beating everyone. It doesn't matter if you're on the top, if you're on the bottom. You know that you're going to need to battle every game because every team is going to give 110%. So it's no different this game. We're probably a little bit better suited when we play the tougher games. Sometimes, with all due respect, sometimes you think, oh, yeah, this game's going to be easy, but it isn't. It's very physical. It's demanding. Every team, especially that comes here to Melbourne, always lifting their level another 10, 15, 20%, whatever it is. So we have to be better for sure. We have to actually start better because last week we didn't start well and we were put under the back foot pretty quickly. And then you got to try to dig yourself out of that, and we managed to do that. But we need to start the game by controlling it a little bit better than we did last week, and we're capable of doing that. We've done that many times this year already, and when we're at our best like that, we're very hard to stop. So we really need to start well tomorrow, really put the pressure on them, and see if we can get an early goal.
Because with Auckland, Vidi, you look at them and it feels like they're sort of flirting with the point now where they're really starting to put things together, particularly moving forward. Lockie Brooks coming into a bit of form, Cosgrove finding the goals. What do you need to shut down with them? Yeah,
look, they're dangerous. They're a really stable team. They were very stable and solid last season. That's continued this year. Cosgrove adds a different point of view for them, and definitely Lockie also gives them a different dynamics. So they're dangerous players, but they've got a lot of dangerous players all over the park. Even their defenders going forward and in a defensive setup are very, very dangerous. So it's always going to be a hard game. We don't have a great result against them last year. We lost there 3-0. We were probably lucky to draw here 2-2. So different game, different season. Again, we've got to focus on ourselves. We know at our best we're absolutely capable, more than capable. So we need to bring our A game to Amy Park tomorrow night.
Vinny, any updates on the Medin stuff?
No, that's still an ongoing process with the FA, so I haven't heard, to be honest. It's still ongoing, and hopefully something gets resolved pretty quickly.
And how's he been?
Yeah, absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. So we had a chat the last few days and so he's comfortable with what's going on and just focus on trying to perform well.